right, it's time to get into this fight. But before I do that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike, give it a thumbs down. And if you really like to subscribe to the channel, because it is what helps me out the most. And when you sub to the channel, hit that notification bell. That way you can get updated when I drop the newest content like that. With that out of the way, I just saw the weigh-ins. I saw the face-off. That's all I was waiting on. The height difference that everybody has been talking about is negligible. This is what I've been saying from the jump. I did not think Tio was, if he was taller, not that much taller than Lomachenko. I'm going to tell y'all right now, seeing them from the camera, different angles. I saw it on Hulu Live TV and I saw it on ESPN Plus. So I had it on two different screens, a little bit of a different angle. Check this out. There might be an inch max difference in their height. 1 inch difference. That looks like all. So this Lomachenko is way shorter, not going to be able to get in range because of the reach and all that. That just got debunked real fast, real quick, like, because they were both flat-footed, barefooted. That means that was their true natural height, and there's not much difference in between the two. With that being said, that just, to me, in my opinion, took Lopez's greatest tool that he could have had away from him, the reach, the height, and he's not really going to have it. Like I said, it's very negligible. When you're looking at about a ½ inch to an inch difference, they're pretty much in the same range. Now, I would have to look up their actual arm reach, but again, wingspan is what boxing goes by nowadays. It ain't always used to be like that. Whenever I would have my fights in the amateur, I used to get measured from the armpit to the knuckle. That is a true representation of how far you can reach with your punch. Wingspan, on the other hand, is from fingertip to fingertip with your arms stretched outward where they're parallel to the ground. So that means you're going all the way across your shoulders, from one hand all the way across your shoulders to the other hand, right? So what's the issue with that? Here's the issue. Some people have much bigger hands than others, so their fingers are much longer. Therefore, when you curl them long fingers up, now where you had the reach advantage, you might actually not have the reach advantage when it's going to the knuckle. So that's why I think measuring from the armpit to the knuckle like they used to do is better than wingspan, because it's not a true representation of reach. So with that being said, Tio probably has a slightly longer reach. Real reach. I'm not going by fake height or fake anything. He probably has a slightly higher real reach than Lomachenko because he's slightly taller than Lomachenko. But is it enough? No, it's not. The end of Lopez's punch is pretty much going to be the end of Lomachenko's punch, just a hair difference. A hair difference. So I don't think Lopez has the reach advantage. Like I said, if he does, it's negligible. It's pretty much a wash. That's what I would call it. I would say their reach is a wash, neither one. So what's happening is the things that have made Lomachenko look vulnerable, the taller people, the longer people, right? Where he's been getting hit more by the taller, the longer, since going up to 135. Well, that just all got erased. That's done. You can count that out. So if you had that as a check on your little hash mark right there for a plus, well, you might as well erase that, because now he's fighting a guy like he was fighting at 130. That's right there at his fucking height. Excuse my language, trying to keep this clean. So now you got a guy who just lost the reach because they're actually almost the same height. So what do you have to look at? You got to look at power. Can Teofimo Lopez hurt Lomachenko? That is a question. I will say this. I do not know. Teo may have that power that he appears to have. It may be too much for Lomachenko. We don't know until he hits Lomachenko. But I can tell you this. I have never seen Lomachenko hurt. Lomachenko has been down twice in his career, only once counted. There was Gary Russell Jr. that didn't count, and then Linares was the second time that in my mind, that I can remember. I can't remember any other time that he's been down. Both those cases, he wasn't hurt at all. When Gary did it, like I said, it didn't count, and he went on to pretty much dominate the fight. Whenever Linares knocked him down, he got serious. He quit playing around with him, got serious, and beat him into submission. Now, people could say, well, Linares knocked him down, so Lopez can knock him down. Here's the issue. And this is also an issue with Lomachenko. Lomachenko gets very overconfident, very cocky, and tends to play with his opponents like a cat toying with a mouse. Or in this case, we'll say a cat toying with a snake. The problem with that is when you start playing around too much, you leave yourself open to get bit and hit by that venom that might put you on your back and you can't get back up. So, is Lopez the mouse or the snake that the cat very well could play with instead of just killing it when they had the chance? I don't know. We're going to find out. But my point is this. I have never seen Lomachenko hurt. So it's hard for me to imagine that Lopez is going to hit him one time and knock him out. He's going to hit him one time and knock him loopy. Going to hit him one time and he's not going to be able to recover. I find it very hard to imagine. Now, Loma doesn't get hit a lot. He's been hit more since moving up. So you could also make the argument, well, the only reason why he hasn't shown any wear and tear is because he doesn't get hit. But I look at when he does get hit, he didn't show it. When Salido was hitting him in the nuts 5 million times, elbowing him, headbutting him, doing everything in the world he could do to him, I didn't see him get hurt. I haven't seen him get hurt. So again, I cannot sit here and say that Lopez can even knock him out because I don't know. Lopez might hit him with that a left hook, right hook, hit him with his best shot. And if Loma takes it and looks at him and doesn't go down and is not affected by it, Lopez is in for a very long night because here's the thing. It doesn't always take one punch to put somebody away. Sometimes you got to catch them with a bunch of them to actually start doing that wear and tear. But the issue is I don't think Lopez is going to be able to hit him that frequent. So when he does connect, if those connections do not hurt Loma, he's going to have some serious issues in this fight. I don't think Lopez is faster. I don't think Lopez can move as good. I don't think there's nothing Lopez does in that ring, in my opinion, that looks better than Lomachenko outside of possibly having knockout power. Now, how many elite people has Lopez knocked out? That's a question that you have to ask yourself too. See, when you're gauging somebody's power, you got to see who they're knocking out. And when they knock them out, how are they knocking them out? Are they knocking them out because they catch them still? Are they knocking them out because they catch them coming into the punch? Or are they knocking them out while the guy's moving away and they still are knocking them out because of the power they're putting on the punch? See, there's that aspect too of it. So you got to look at those different dynamics to really try to figure out how hard somebody's actually hitting. And again, I have not seen enough to say, yes, Lopez has devastating power, or no, he does not. I haven't seen enough. When it goes in there against Loma, Loma's going to be moving, and it's going to be hard for him to hit him clean. So if he knocks him out, very well could have that type of power that people have been saying that he has. But at the same time, you can make the argument, well, Loma's really a 126-pound fighter moved up, and it's really not still a good gauge on his power. So there's a double side to this coin no matter what. But I will say this, win or lose, there needs to be no excuses. I was on the Boxing Jedi's channel, a.k.a. Jay Cotto's, earlier today, and he was talking about it, and I agreed with it. There's no excuses. All you fanboys for Lopez, if Lopez gets embarrassed, don't say he was green, because he's not green. Once he beat Comey, he stepped up. He's a world champion. He's defending his title. He's no longer green. Once you get that major belt, that world major belt title, you're no longer green. I don't care. You're in there. There's no excuses. You being green, that excuse has ran out. It being too early in your career, that excuse has ran out. So I don't want to hear that as an excuse. And for all the people who like Lomachenko, if Lomachenko gets knocked out, don't make the excuse that he was too small. Because you know what? He wasn't too small for Linares. He wasn't too small for Luke Campbell. So don't start making that excuse now that he's too small for 135. So both arguments that could be made if either guy loses, to me, in my opinion, goes out the window. Don't make those excuses. No, the fact of the matter is the better fighter is going to win this fight. Who do I think is going to win this fight? Well, I'm going to say I think Lomachenko is going to hurt him. And I think Lomachenko is going to do everything in his power to make Teofimo Lopez quit or knock him out. That's what he's going to do. He is going to try to hurt him more than he's ever hurt anybody before. And you can tell because Lomachenko is normally calm, cool, and collective, right? Normally doesn't show a lot of emotion. At this weigh-in, he ran towards him. He went underneath the little ropes to where they were supposed to stand aside for the stare-off and got directly in his face. So that tells you that he's been taking this personal. All the stuff that Lopez has been saying, he's been taking it personal. Now, this is a double-edged sword because here's the thing. If Loma does how he's acting and goes in there to kill him, goes in there for blood, goes in there to punish him, batter him, knock him out, or just make him quit on his stool, if he does that, he's going to be more aggressive than he normally is. If he's more aggressive than he normally is, he gives Lopez more opportunities to hurt him, if Lopez can hurt him. So him being angry and fighting mad can actually work against him. It can actually make him have a worse performance because he's not really in there thinking. He's just in there seeing blood and attacking like a piranha in water, smelling it, or a shark that smells blood, or an alligator that does the death roll. Now, crocodile doing the death roll. All the same, he's got that bloodlust. And when you have that bloodlust, you can make mistakes. Yeah, it can be great because you're going in with pure power. You know, every punch that you're throwing is mean intentions, but it can hurt you because you're not thinking. And if you're not thinking and the other guy is, he can set you up for traps. And again, if Lopez can hurt Lomachenko, then he can use that aggression to his advantage to win a fight that he may not have been able to win. And maybe that's been the strategy of Lopez all along. Get in Loma's head, piss him off, and take away his boxing technical abilities on the outside and moving side-to-side lateral movements away from him and make him go at you. So now you have more of a chance to catch him and put him away. Could be a smart strategy. But either way it goes, he's definitely in Loma's head. How do I see this fight playing out after seeing that they're not much difference in height? I think Loma is going to go out there. He's going to pity patter. So I don't think he's going to put a lot of power on his punches at first. I think you're going to see a lot of little pity patters. So like, what do I mean by pity patters? Whenever y'all watch me on my past videos where I was doing gym or boxing workout, right? I believe the second round that I hit on the bag, I'm just throwing a bunch of little punches. They're just little taps. They're not hurting. They're not a lot of power, right? But what they do is they score. So you're winning the round and they disrupt the other person from being able to get off shots, especially somebody like Tio, a.k.a. Lopez, who likes to load up. A lot of his punches are not fluid. They're not just thrown. You can see him cock them. So he has a lot of tells when it comes to when he's going to throw something with any type of authority because he's just pulling his, you just watch his shoulder and his elbow. You can see it cocked back. So that is when you just boop, 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 hit him right then real fast. And even if he throws it, those little touches that really have no authority, they disrupt that punch to where now it either is off target or when it lands, because he's off balance from being pity pattered with little 3, 4, 5 shots while that one punch is coming, it doesn't do any damage because it's been disrupted. So that's how I see Loma doing it. I see him moving his side-to-side lateral movement on him. I don't see him really fighting in and out a lot. I don't see Loma jumping in, jumping out like he likes to do against Tio. I think it's going to be a battle of circling, and he's going to use his lateral movement. I don't think he's just going to circle one way. I think he's going to circle both ways to confuse Tio, and I see Loma going to the body a lot too. So I see pity patter, bow to the body. Pity patter, bow to the body. Pity patter, bow to the body. And I think that's going to be the strategy. And as it gets deeper, as the 4th round, 5th round, 6th round come on, it's no longer going to be just pity patter, bow to the body. It's going to be pity patter, bow to the face. Pity patter, bow to the body, bow to the face, bow to the face. And I think that's what he's going to do. And I think it's going to be like that chisel to a mountain. He's going to strike him enough times that it's just going to crumble and fall apart. And I have Lomachenko winning this. I think he's going to knock him out. I think he's going to knock him out, and I think he's going to make him look really, really bad. So, in my opinion, Teofimo Lopez's best chance is early, when his power's at 100. And if he really does have that elite knockout power, that's the best time that he's going to get the knockout. We seen him get tired against Nakatani. Whenever it went later into the 12th round, we seen that his power didn't stay throughout all 12 rounds. And the deeper this gets, the more it's going to favor Lomachenko and the less it's going to favor Teofimo Lopez. I cannot see him outboxing Lomachenko. I can't see him outlanding Lomachenko. The only way he's going to outland Lomachenko is if he hurts Lomachenko and Lomachenko is in flight mode for the entire fight. That's the only way I see him being able to beat him on points. So when I know a guy only has one way of winning, which is knockout, I never can give that guy the advantage. Again, my prediction is I've got Lomachenko, late round stoppage. I would put it around like the 11th round. It could even be a 12th round knockout, but somewhere in between the 10th to 12th round, I think Tio is going to go bye-bye. And I think after he goes bye-bye, you're going to see a lot of people just saying, oh, he was too young, he wasn't ready, blah, 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 blah. After these are the same people that have been boosting him up so much. Don't boost somebody up and then come with excuses when they can't produce what you've been boosting them up to do. And I have a feeling that's how it's going to go, but that's my 2 cents. Let me know what y'all think. But again, I was not surprised when I saw him eye to eye and seeing that this height difference was just minimum at best. Minimum. Like, it is so minute. It's not even a height advantage. Thank y'all for watching again. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section because I will respond.